Take 52. Dank introduction goes here. Hey guys, it is me, Josh, aka the Josgar, here on YouTube and on Twitch. I have tried to do this introduction like 100 times, but let's just get into it. This is going to be the 4 things that I enjoy doing most while building. It's kind of like a tip, kind of like a trick, and some of it's probably very obvious to y'all, but it is some stuff I've learned that's very helpful, so I'm going to be counting them down for you. Have you ever been looking at your rooms in your house on The Sims 4 and you just feel like the 2 rooms don't flow? Yes. And you just sit there and you go through floor after floor after floor after floor trying to pick one that you want, but you can never decide. It's like someone finally understands me. There are some handy tools, some very handy tools that you can use to fix that. If you go into your fences, and you also have to have, by the way, you have to have the Get to Work expansion. But if you go with the Get to Work expansion into your fences, you get this lovely little strip and you can place it to divide rooms. It's basically a fence, so it does kind of divide the room off as its separate entity, which has some ramifications, but it's actually really nice looking now. And if you decide that you don't like the color, you can actually just go back in and go back into the strip and pick a different color and just lay it back over, and you can test color palettes that way to see how to make your room transition better. This is like my #1 tip for building things. Did you just get done building the dankest of bathrooms in your house, but you feel like something's missing or something is wrong? Well, here's my next tip for you. One of the biggest things that you can add to a bathroom to make it look better is a rug. This bathroom is missing a rug, and here I am. I'm going to add one in. I'm going to add in a striped pattern one. This house is actually a house that we built previously. I went in for the purpose of this video and stripped some stuff out of it. If you'd like to see the finished product, it is on the gallery. I'm going to pick this red and yellow and blue striped rug. I think it's really pretty. I think it goes really well with a lot of things because you can match a lot of things to it. But you're saying, hey, Josh, what is this? There's no other color in this bathroom. Well, you're right. And so what we're going to do after this is we are going to try to add some clutter. Now, this may sound kind of weird, but I enjoy decorating bathrooms in The Sims. I think they're one of the easier things to decorate. I usually use candles. So I'm taking these candles that light up and I'm putting them on the counter to kind of add a little bit of a glow. I think the glow is very pretty. And then I'm going to use these other candles that don't light up to kind of tie the bathtub back into the carpet. The move objects cheat must be on, and then you kind of move the candles into the bathtub and use Alt and 9 and Alt and 0 to try to position it vertically correctly. And once you get them in the right spot, you just click and you're good. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Josh, something's missing. And you know what? I'd agree. You're right. You should not really have a blank wall in your bathroom. Blank walls can kind of make them feel empty. So another thing that I would do is add one of these shelves in, and then I would also go back in and add some laundry hampers. If you're feeling even more exploratory with your building, maybe take some dirty clothes and throw them around the bathroom, because let's be real, who doesn't let clothes pile up in their bathroom before they do laundry? Essentially, we're just going to recolor some of the objects, maybe reposition them a little, and then we're basically good to go. I think this bathroom's beginning to look pretty full now, and that's really good whenever you're trying to kind of make your house look lived in. For #3, we're going to talk about terrain painting. You know when you go outside and you are standing under a big tree, or you're looking under the bushes for a ball that rolled under them, or just outside in nature in general, there aren't just great patches of grass everywhere. In fact, there are dirt patches in those areas that I was mentioning before because the sunlight can't hit them. Well, to make your houses look better in The Sims, you should use terrain painting as well. Terrain painting uses the terrain painting tool, and essentially you take dirt and you paint it onto the ground. And when you paint it onto the ground, you're kind of trying to fill in shadows and other things that would naturally be there. The terrain painting tool has 2 different shapes, the circle or the square, and has different intensities that you can spray at. You want to make sure you pick a light enough intensity that you're not just making a giant dirt blob on the ground that doesn't blend. And also, you want to make sure you're filling in things that would naturally be shady. So like underneath this tree, you would probably want to put a dirt patch because grass isn't going to grow if that particular spot in the ground is filled with shade all day, every day. The fourth and final tip that I am going to talk about is edging. So there are a couple of ways that people try to get around this issue. Some people only use the terrain painting tools to paint sidewalks or other types of cement or concrete on the ground because they want their grass to blend with it. Well, I found another way to do it that I like to use, and so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. When you first see the sidewalk on this pool, one of your first things that you may want to do is to just cover over it because it looks like there's extra grass, but then it's uneven. So what do? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is delete that extra sidewalk. You don't need it. What I like to do instead is to go into the flower menu on your outdoor plant menu, and I like to find a good flat kind of flower bed that will be good to line it. As kind of a bonus tip for you, I didn't do this the first time, so I'd use the eyedropper tool, but if you hold shift while placing items, it'll duplicate them. So it prevents you from having to do extra work. You can just click and place much quicker, and you now have a beautiful flower bed next to your pool. Hey guys, that will do it for this video. These are just some of my favorite tips and tricks for building. If you have your own favorite tips and tricks, please make sure to leave them in the comment section of this video for others to see, and who knows, maybe I'll see them and use them in my builds. In addition to that, you can watch me on Twitch, you can watch me here on YouTube, and you can catch me on Twitter sometimes too. I have all my social media links below, and I really appreciate y'all for watching this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked it and hit that lovely subscribe button. Take care and have a good day. Bye, y'all. We used to have a ping pong table, but then we left it outside and it rained on it and we had no more ping pong table. We ended up converting it into a shelter for our garden so that rabbits would stop eating our garden.